Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to another episode of Life with Marion and Joe in our Christmas 2022 series, Always on a Budget. And I am continuing here in the dining room today with this frosty look that's going on in here. You see a little bit that's going on behind me. If you didn't catch the videos, please go to my channel and take a look at what I've done so far. I've done a couple of nice things, and I am continuing in this room. Believe it or not, this room always takes a lot. I don't know why. The dining room takes a lot. It has a lot of components to it. But I have another little section to do, and then I'll be able to move on in here. So hopefully you've been enjoying this series. And like always, please subscribe. It's free. I'm going for a Christmas miracle and trying to get 4,500 subscribers by Christmas Day so that I can reach a 20,000 mark would be great. Drop me a comment, and a thumbs up always helps. So today we're here on this side of the dining room with this mirror right here, and I'm going to try to winterize this, and I'm going to start by putting some garland up. All right, so I'm going to start up there on the mirror, and you know what? I'm just so tired of doing the same thing over and over and over. I'm not putting the garland up there. It's a pain. It hurts my shoulder when I do it, so I'm not doing it anyway. So I like things to look different anyway. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to use these picks up there instead of the garland, and I'm going to see what kind of arrangement I can make up there, and then I'm going to try to tie it in with the rest of the Frosty theme going on in the room. And P.S., thank you so much for so many of you who are sending me messages how much you love this Frosty theme. I didn't think that it was going to go over so well. And thanks so much for all the love you send in about those cherubs too, because you know how much we love them, and you especially, Marianne. All right, so I'm beginning to build the vignette up there. I start with some of the picks, and I just keep adding on. All right, so here's where I'm at right now. And you can see I added in a couple of more frosty elements, like this right here, that eucalyptus, which had like a frosty touch on it. And then I had these right here, which it's hard to see in the video, but they're like crusted with the icy look that I'm looking for. So I'm doing a little asymmetrical deal here, rather than my usual symmetrical garland and whatnot. So I'm going to add a couple of pine cones in there now. All right, so I got the greenery done the way I wanted. So now what's missing that the rest of the dining room has? Yes, pick on you. Correct, you're right. It's the snowflakes and the dangling crystals. Unfortunately, I do not have any more of those frosty crusted snowflakes, but I do have some others I'm going to try out, and fortunately I do have some crystal beads left. So let me see how those snowflakes that I have are going to look in comparison to the ones I've been using in the rest of the... Okay, so I went through my snowflake stash and I found these, which are not as crusted as the other ones, and these are very delicate, but I used just a few sparingly just to give that little hint and the connection to the rest of the snowflakes in the room. And oh yeah, with that last question I asked, if somebody answered, oh, you're missing some ficus leaves. Yep, you were right too, because I did forget them, and luckily I had a couple of little odds and ends left that I added in as well. So I have been searching like crazy for these. They don't make this, I guess they do make them, but they're all kind of like white now, and I wanted these clear ones, and I went to the Dollar Tree looking for stuff, and I found one package of these that someone had actually hidden, I guess, behind the candles, but too bad, because finders keepers, losers weepers. I found them, and they had one, so I took them. So I can use these here. In fact, I found them, I think, in August, and I even forgot that I had them, and I just found them right now again. So yay, I'm going to put these on that piece too. So I have the icicles on, and I also added in some of the crystals in a dangling fashion like the rest of the room. Okay, so I'm going to keep this sidebar ultra simple because we actually eat in here during the holidays. When we have guests come over, they we do eat in the dining room. And have you met Marianne? Marianne likes to cook, and Marianne likes places for food to be on display for people to pick at and to eat and enjoy themselves, because that's all part of the holidays. It's not just how the house is decorated and all this other stuff. It's welcoming our family and guests and friends into the house and enjoying some of Marianne's delicious food with them. So everything has to be movable so I can, have spaces to display the food and stuff. So anyway, what I did here was I have these skinny fir trees right here. So what I did was, to coordinate with the rest of the room, I just put the buffalo snow in on some of the branches, and then I have some of the hanging beads, and that's it. I didn't overdo it. And then down on the bottom, I just wrapped a box and I put it in a box, and I have one of those on each side of the buffet, and they can quickly be pushed to the sides. Then in the center, all I did was I took a cake platter, and I took one of the pieces of china to coordinate with what's in the china hutch, and I put 3 candles in there, and then a piece of garland with some pine cones in it. And again, that can be picked up and pushed aside without me breaking a sweat. And then here is the other tree. I'm holding off showing you the whole thing. I'm going to give you a room tour in a couple of seconds so you see everything all in one. All right, on the table I use this runner, and I use this runner because, see, it has all this silver sequins and these silver crystals in it as well. And I was thinking, does it look too grandma? Because it's like doily-ish. And I don't want it to look grandma, because that's one of those things that they say is the sign of granny chic, doilies. It's not actually a doily, it is a runner, but anyway, it coordinates with what I needed. So guess what? I'm using it. If people don't like it, they don't have to look at it. And again, this whole thing can be taken off the table so I can set the table and we can have guests eating here. For the centerpiece, I used this great bowl. It's a punch bowl that our dear friend Rosie gave to us. And it looks like a big chunk of ice, and it weighs a ton, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And what I did was I put garland in the center, and then I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks in here. I have these picks around the outside with the fir and the tiny little pine cones, and then you see these glistening picks right here, and then I have some of the cedar in here, and has a little bit of glisten to it, and then I filled it up with some pine cones. Then on each side I used these candle holders, and again, because it has these dripping, I'm trying to really push this theme throughout, and that's what I did on the table. And to coordinate with the cherubs on the tree, I stuck this guy right here on the side. I put a piece of garland around him. I added some snowflakes, some crystals hanging, and so on, and a giant snowflake down on the bottom. So he's sitting here guarding the tree. He's right next to the tree. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick little room tour of the room to see it all as one cohesive piece. And I'm going to try not to talk through it, and then I'll catch you on the other end of the music. Okay, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by to see the completion of the dining room in my wintry Wonderland. And I will be starting, I think I'm going to start in the family room tonight or tomorrow. And so I have a lot to do, and the time is getting shorter and shorter. All right, everybody, thanks so much again. Like always, please subscribe if you just stumbled on me. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm looking for a Christmas miracle of 20,000 subscribers by Christmas Day. And send me a comment, and a thumbs up always helps to try to figure out this YouTube algorithm. All right, everybody, take care, and I'll be seeing you soon.